Hey everybody, it's Gypsy, and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. Today is March 8th, 2025, and I am on my way to the flea market to go and vend. And I think this snow, which isn't a lot, it's pretty, but I have a feeling it's the last. As you know, this past week we had a few days of spring, which is really exciting. And then we had like 3 cold days, today being the coldest, but tomorrow it warms up again. And this coming week, we have spring weather all week long. We have 50s, 60s, and one day it's actually going to be 70. I can't believe it. Anyways, that's exciting news, and you guys know I am going to be outside working on getting everything ready for the garden. So I'm just like really happy. It's quite the show these days, isn't it? Actually, what we never realized was that it's been quite a show for a very, very long time. I mean, even before we were born. And I know there's a lot of people who don't want to accept this. I understand that. I get that. Things are crazy and hectic right now. But things have to change, okay? We live on a planet of abundance, okay? Now, humans are animals. If you watch the other animals, they, don't have to pay to live. When the Creator created this planet, everything for those animals, it's there, and it's still there. So why not us? Do you think the Creator, doesn't care for us as much as the other animals? I mean, you gotta think about that. The problem is, we're so intelligent, we're stupid, and we fell into a trap. We accepted this trap of enslavement. And I know a lot of people can't see it, but it's true. Okay, if we could live in a simpler lifestyle, things would be much better. But what we have gotten ourselves into is this mentality of work and enslavement, working for others, working. I remember my dad working 2-3 jobs when I was a kid, and it shouldn't be like that. It should not. And sometimes when I was traveling the country, when I lived on the road, I would see buildings that were 100 or more years old, and I would notice, well, now they've turned the second floor. All right, say you had a store. Well, the business was the first floor, and above there, there's usually apartments, but that was actually the living space for the family that owned the store. In this way, you can work and still be together with your family, which I think is very important. But here's the thing. I love small family-owned businesses who are, owned by a single person. I mean, I'm always trying to use the small businesses, and I do. My 2 favorites, one happens to be a quilt shop, and another is the Amish Butcher. And it's both, I love them both. I love the customer service, the people are personable, etc. Now here's the problem. The powers that be have made it so difficult for people to own a business, especially a small business. They want the big corporations, okay? It is easier, you know, for them to, well, you know, the big corporations and the deep state, they go hand in hand, they work together. But they have so many rules and regulations that it can destroy a family business, make it hard to start a business. The cost of running that business and paying those fees and stuff is just like, it's ridiculous. And I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, it's unconstitutional to regulate tax fees, everything on a small business. You know, somebody trying to start a business, or you have a business, that shit's got to stop. I don't even feel that taxes are constitutional. And that's part of the problem right now is those are, you know, the deep state, I call them, or the powers that be, okay, or the powers that want to be again. I'm going to call the other side the white hats. Okay, so the white hats, they're cleaning the mess up. They're cleaning up the mess that the deep states, and it's worldwide. It's just not the United States. Always remember that. They're cleaning up their mess. So it is chaotic and very frightening to many people. And, you know, you hear a lot of doomsday, fear-mongering, and people are afraid. They are. And it's, you know, clean up. You have to tear down and rebuild, clean up, sweep, you know, just everything. And it's going to take a minute. But in the long run, I think we'll all be better off for it. And when it's finished, I really hope that future generations never let this happen again. It's very sad what has been going on for, I mean, thousands of years. It's you know, it's much longer than we all realize. And I remember growing up, I told you as a kid, I knew something was wrong. I mean, but you know, as a kid, I really didn't think in specific thoughts. I think I used more emotion. And I remember I was like, this place is scary. Something is wrong here. This isn't right. You know, and that's how I felt about the world. And I remember my parents would tell me, this is just the way things are, and you have to accept it. And I remember thinking to myself, because I was not one to talk back to my parents. I remember thinking to myself, no, I cannot accept this, because this may be the way things are, but this is the way they should not be. And I knew that. A lot of us knew that at a very young age. You know, it's not like there's anything special about me. And I knew, no, a lot of us knew growing up. And we have to accept the fact that, yeah, that's not the way it was supposed to be. And no, we don't have to accept it. This is where the white hats come in. The white hats consist of many different, I'm going to say, people/humanoids, okay? For those of you who could wrap your heads around that, okay? We are not doing this alone, okay? We have a lot of help from everywhere. You know, I mean, like the universe. Across the universe, we have a lot of help. I'm not going to say you're actually going to see like them coming in and physically fighting like a war. They are present. They are here. They are helping us. And I think I want to put it in a way that more as a vibrational frequency. I explained to you about energy, but they are watching and they are protecting us. We have, just like planet Earth, the universe consists of beings that are good and ones that have chosen to be evil, and ones who don't choose either or, because they have been bioengineered to the point they have no feelings, which I think is a horrible thing. Anyways, we do have this help, and they are doing things that you can't see, okay? And they do exist, I know for a fact, and they are here. Also, some of them chose to be born as humans during this time, and there are quite a bit in order to help out. At first, I would say this started in the early 60s, maybe late 50s. People started incarnating who are from other planets for this time in history, because the whole universe knew this was coming. It's not the first time it happened, but I think it's the first time that humanity has made a very, very firm decision and choice. No, we want this to stop. We don't want to be slaves anymore. We want to be free and raise the vibrational frequency of humanity and this gorgeous planet called Earth. And it is very firm, so everybody is banding together in the universe to help Earth through this. So that's what's going on now. So people started in the late 50s and 60s to incarnate as human. And that's been going on since. I'm not sure about this, but I have a feeling with each generation afterwards, the numbers who are incarnating, this is not their home planet. They usually incarnate elsewhere in the universe. I think with each generation, it has increased. After this is over, I don't know what's going to happen. I think people, I don't know. I know a lot feel as I do. Okay, I'm done. After this, I'm not incarnating here anymore. I'm going back to my home planet, whether that be like Palladians, Palladia, Sirius B, whatever. There's a million of them that have band together. They are the white hats too, to help. So, I want you guys, I know this is hard to understand, but we've already won. We have. It's just the cleanup crew now, and it is hard. All the horrible traps and prisons that have been set for us are being torn down. And it's kind of like, what is that called? When somebody's been kidnapped and they're so enamored with their captor that they will defend them and don't want to leave them. A lot of people are having that problem. I never had that problem because I was born just obsessed with freedom. I was, and this was hard for my parents because I was wanting freedom since I was very tiny. And you can't always let a child do everything they want. But anyways, there are people who are hanging on because they are so enamored with, and I feel in this situation, this is treacherous right here. I feel in this situation, people don't love themselves enough, don't have self-esteem, and therefore don't have the confidence to realize how amazing they are, how creative they are, how the ability you have to take care of yourself. Okay, I mean, you don't need all these entrapments. You look at that river. I don't know if you can see it. It's gorgeous. It's finally melted and is flowing again. You don't need that stuff. We are so. It's what the thing. I think with the rest of the universe, when they see Earth humans, they are amazed, because throughout the history of humanity, humans have just adapted over and over again to so many situations. I'm sure there were times the rest of the universe probably thought humanity would go extinct, and it never happened because humans adapt so well. And that's going to happen this time. And this time, on the other side, it's going to be beautiful. Okay? It is. You're going to come to know, when it comes to business and shit like that, I have told you guys over and over again that we all are born into our lives with different talents and abilities, okay? Yet we're never allowed to use them, because from a young age we are told, especially by teachers, we should do this when we become older, we should do that, etc., etc. And therefore we are ignoring our talents and what we have to contribute to humanity to make everything better. And that's very sad. But I think at the other side of this, we will be using to earn a living for ourselves, however that ends up being. It's not going to be the same as it has been. We will be using our own talents and abilities. And I'm talking, a lot of it will be the old things too will be coming back. And like I said, I'm not saying get rid of technology. It does help us when used appropriately, and we need that. But people are starting to bring back, okay, my uncle told me I inherited my passion for healing with herbs from my great-grandmother, even though I never got to meet her. So there's things like that. I noticed my herbs, they sell. Even musicians, artists, things, that you think, well, how is that really helping humanity? Because, we still need healers, and doctors, and nurses, and, lawyers. I hope not. I hope that'll go away. But there's other professions. We still need those people. So how would, somebody as right-brained as Gypsy here contribute? And it will, because we need, the herbs to heal and stuff, but we need the simple pleasures of the arts. We do. Cooking is an art. We always need that. Painting, what I love to do, it's an art. And I don't, I was looking yesterday at some local artists, and they charge $300 to $400 for their paintings, which is great. They're talented. But then I think if I charged that, nobody would ever, at least not these days, nobody would ever be able to afford my paintings. And I want people to enjoy my art. So for me, it's like, come on, girls. Got some little birds here. For me, it's like I'm torn, because I know I need to make money, but I want people to have my paintings, to enjoy them. That makes sense. But we need that. We need the pleasure of music. The vibrations that music puts out to the universe are very healing, and humans and other animals need that. There's so much. We all come in with different things, and we all have something to contribute. And that when we go back, we have to learn how to look within. I think teaching our children to meditate instead of other stupid shit, and to look within, learn how to heal themselves, and come to know who they truly are. Well, this stuff with, we will be using our talents, because we will know who we are and how. And you know, for me, it's a shame. I just learned this in my older years, and it's sad. No horses out today. Oh, darn. I love horses. I love animals. I can't help it. I'm a pushover for animals. You know, but that's the way it is. So I'm getting into the city here. Don't like driving in the city. So I've babbled on enough. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.